Okay, so we're going to be reading The Pedestrian today, and this is a short story that was written in the 1950s by Ray Bradbury. Ray Bradbury is a very prolific author. He has written a ton of short stories, novels, and other things. He mostly writes in the science fiction dystopian genre. This is actually the first of two stories of his that we will be reading. And so, what you're going to want to do is, if you haven't already, make sure that you open the text, and you can do that in announcements. There's also an audio link if you would like to listen to the story. Totally up to you. You don't have to, but if that is something that helps you, then you are welcome to listen to the story. Okay. So I have got my story open. I have my reading questions open. So there's two parts to the reading questions. First are just your reading comprehension questions, and you should answer these as you read. So you will start, make sure that you can write in complete sentences and either use a different color or use like a bold or something like that so that it's easy to tell where your answer starts. These questions do go in order. So, for example, the first one read lines 10 through 16 on page 702. What do the imagery and figurative language in this passage suggest about Bradbury's position on TV viewing? So, like I mentioned, Ray Bradbury was writing in the 1950s, and this is when television was really becoming very popular. Everyone had a TV set in their homes. And so, like we talked about before, dystopian authors really try to take something that they see as maybe being a problem in their current world and think about how would that look in the future if it was exaggerated and taken to the extreme. So Bradbury saw the rise of popularity in televisions and kind of thought that maybe that wasn't going to be the best thing for our society. So he's going to imagine a future world where television watching has sort of like taken over everything that we do. So you're going to read through, and the first paragraph I will tell you is just a little bit tricky, but after that, it's not too hard of a story. So I think you'll be okay. Don't get too stuck on the first paragraph, okay? You can also see in the first paragraph, it is the year 2053. So to us, that doesn't really seem that far off, right? That's about 30 years from now for us. But again, remember that he was writing in the 1950s, so it's a little bit longer, further into the future for him. Okay, so as you read, again, go through and answer the questions, okay? Most of them are just basic reading comprehension questions. Number 10 and number 11 do ask you to sort of reflect on your own habits and your own thoughts. So those are not really a right or wrong answer, but you just need to answer them in a complete sentence. And then the second part of this assignment is to find text evidence to support inferences. So in this section, you have 5 inferences, and these 5 inferences, you need to find a piece of evidence from the text to prove that they are true. So, for example, the society in this story does not value arts and literacy. So then you're going to, after you've finished reading, you're going to go back in the text and look for a place where you see that that is true. And then you'll just copy and paste it directly in and put what page number it was on. So part 2 does not need to be in complete sentences. You're just copying and pasting the text and putting down the page number for these 5 inferences. Again, if you have questions, you can call into Zoom or you can email me and I will be happy to help. Have a great day.